Have you ever found yourself staring at your sneakers tossed in the corner of the room, wishing you could go out for a run but not even able to get off the couch? This situation may seem simple, but it happens to a lot of people, maybe even you, and it's more common than it looks. The most shocking part? It's not a lack of willpower keeping you still. In fact, your brain creates an invisible trap, a mechanism that stops you from acting exactly when you want to change. Today, I'm going to show you a simple but powerful trick that can change all that. If you watch until the end, you'll learn how to beat this laziness, lace up your sneakers, and get out for a run every day, even when everything inside you wants to stay put. Many people believe discipline depends solely on motivation, that those who run every day wake up excited, full of energy, without a doubt. But the truth is different. Even the most experienced runners feel lazy, discouraged, and tempted to quit. The difference between them is that those who can't get moving don't lack the desire to run. They lack a system to act, even when they don't feel like it. They develop habits so strong that their body just moves, regardless of what their mind says. And that's the key I want to share with you today, building powerful habits that work automatically without relying on motivation. Now, let's talk about the biggest enemy you'll face when starting to run. It's not lack of time, fatigue, or bad weather outside. The real enemy is the exact moment right after you think, I'm going to run today. That's when your brain starts working against you, throwing excuses and justifications to keep you stuck. It says things like, you're too tired, tomorrow's better, today's not the right day to run. The more you think, the harder it gets to act. This silent battle happens in your head, and often you don't even notice it. But there's a simple and practical technique that can help you win this internal battle. It's a strategy used by athletes, high performers, and even world leaders to make quick decisions and stop the mind from creating obstacles. This technique is known as the 5-second rule, and it's powerful because it takes away your brain's chance to sabotage your will to act. So here's how it works. When you feel that urge to run, you just start counting mentally. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and as soon as you hit 1, you immediately get up and put on your sneakers. No more thinking, no questioning, and really, no room for excuses. This quick count acts like a trigger that totally breaks the procrastination cycle and gets you moving before your mind can come up with any excuse not to act. Now, it might seem way too simple to actually work, but honestly, the science behind it is pretty impressive. When you count backward from 5 to 1, you activate an area of the brain called the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for conscious decision-making and, controlling impulsivity. This process helps you overcome that urge to just stay still and gives you the push you need to start moving. It's kind of like giving your body a clear command. Now it's time to act. And over time, this action becomes automatic, a habit that just runs on autopilot, like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. The most important thing to understand here is that you don't actually need to wait until you feel motivated to act. Motivating yourself every single day is honestly impossible, even for the best athletes in the world. But creating habits that don't depend on willpower, that's really the true secret to consistency. And this 5-second rule is the perfect tool to help you get started day after day. Now just imagine for a second making this part of your daily routine. You wake up, maybe you feel like just staying in bed, but then you start counting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and before you know it, you're already up and lacing your sneakers. It really doesn't matter if you're tired, crying, or have absolutely zero motivation that day. Your body just responds because the decision's already been made, and honestly, the habit has been formed. Over time, laziness just loses its power because you stop depending on motivation and start acting by decision instead. And the most amazing thing is, by doing this every single day, running stops being this big mental challenge and just becomes a natural part of your life. You start to feel stronger, more confident, and honestly, way more in control of your routine. This impacts not only your physical health, but also your mental and emotional energy. Running, it becomes a reward and a symbol of your commitment to yourself. But for this transformation to happen, you need to understand that overcoming laziness isn't winning a huge battle every day. It's hitting the right button before the battle even starts. True discipline isn't born from momentary willpower, but from the conscious decision to act repeatedly and consistently. Every time you use the 5-second rule, you're strengthening that decision and creating a new identity for yourself. Someone who keeps promises and never gives up before trying. And, this change goes beyond running. Once you master this mechanism, you can apply the 5-second rule to so many areas of your life: work, studies, any challenge that requires immediate action. You stop being a slave to procrastination and become the protagonist of your own story. So, if this video spoke to you, if at any point you felt like you needed this message to take the first step, then you already know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you don't miss any tips, check out the links in the description, and share this video with someone who also wants to beat laziness and transform their life. Here, we lace up our sneakers together with decision, discipline, and a mind always in control. Mind over miles, where mental decisions become real action.